everyone, Rhea here. So it is the last day of March and the last day of the first quarter of 2018. And that means month-end money pulse check time. But this month is special because it's the end of the first quarter of 2018. So we are going to be talking about month-end pulse check like we do at the end of every month, but also talking about the first quarter pulse check because we are officially done with the first quarter of 2018. Crazy. And then another thing that we're going to talk through today is goal setting and the strategy that I started at the end of last year that has helped me tremendously so far this year. And then, of course, we're going to wrap up with my month-end pulse check results and then a few of my quarter one wins. So let's get started. And if you have questions along the way or comments, or if you want to share any of your wins, please do so. Okay, so first, I want to start with this goal-setting strategy that has been so effective for me. So like I said, at the end of 2017, I was doing a lot of research on some of the best ways to plan your year and really get effective with your goal setting. And I found one approach very interesting and I wanted to give it a try. I did, and I am blown away by the results. So I'm going to share it with you very briefly. But basically, this strategy says to think about what you want to achieve for the entire year. So about 3 to 5 annual goals that you want to achieve. And then once you have those goals decided, break them down into 90-day mini goals or even milestones. So for example, let's say that your annual goal is to save $12,000 for the year. Well, if you break that down into 90-day increments, that's $3,000 a quarter or every 90 days, right? So then you take it a step further and break those 90-day mini goals or milestones down into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. Basically, you want to outline what you can do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to make sure you reach whatever goal you set. So going back to the example of $12,000 a year, which is $3,000 a quarter, which means $1,000 a month or $250 a week, right? Yeah, $250 a week. Then you would break down how you can achieve saving $250 a week. So you would write no going out to eat or cancel my gym membership for this quarter and then I'll cancel something else for the next quarter. Whatever it is, you want to just think through what you can do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to reach that 90-day mini goal, which will ultimately help you reach your annual goal. So one thing that I use to really track my annual, 90-day, and then daily, weekly, and monthly tasks is Asana. I love it. You can get so detailed, so specific, you can color code, and it really keeps you on track. So if you are the type of person that sets goals but then kind of doesn't know what to do to achieve them and they fall by the wayside, Asana will keep you on track because you can actually list out tasks and assign due dates for those tasks and it'll notify you before that task is due. So this is what I use to start my first quarter of 2018 and it is just blown my mind how great it's been. So I highly recommend Asana for tracking your progress and really breaking down those goals into the strategy I just covered. Okay, so now that I shared that with you, let's talk about a quick recap of how to pulse check your finances at the end of every month. So you know we do this live session at the end of every month, but I want to make sure that you know exactly how to go about recapping your money every month, especially if you're new to the party. So you need 3 things to pulse check your money, and that would be your budget, your spending for the month, and then your goals. So starting with your budget. At the beginning of March, you should have set your budget for the month, what you planned on spending, what you planned on saving, so on and so forth. So you want to refer to that now that it's the end of March and see where you succeeded or followed your budget or where you didn't. And if you didn't, if things didn't really go as planned, Why not? So did you overspend, or maybe something unexpected came up? Basically, you want to pinpoint exactly what caused you not to follow your budget, and then whatever it was that caused you not to follow your budget, you want to think through a remediation for that moving into April so that doesn't happen. Okay, number 2, refer to your spending. So you know this by now, but you should be tracking your spending on a consistent basis. You must do this so that you know if you're following your budget or not. And assuming that you tracked your expenses or your spending throughout the month, now it's time to refer to it and see exactly where you may have overspent according to your budget or underspent. And then also too, you want to start thinking through any trends you see. For example, I've overspent in going out to eat the past 3 months. That's worrisome, but if I wasn't tracking my spending, I wouldn't really know that information. So you definitely want to make sure you have your spending handy so that you can see what you need to improve on moving into April. And then lastly, refer to your goals. So what goals did you set for March, or your annual or quarterly goals, and what progress did you make to help you reach those goals? If you weren't able to save what you wanted to save, that's fine, but how can you make that up in April? So think through your progress that you've made for your goals, and if you're a little behind, how can you improve moving forward? Okay, so that was a quick recap on how to pulse check your finances at the end of each month. Let's talk about comparing your results month over month. Like I said, we've been doing this live stream at the end of every month for a couple months now, and really you want to make sure that you're using the information from your month-end pulse check to get better and better each month. So in order to do that, you actually have to compare the results of your month-end pulse checks. So do you see any consistent areas of overspending? For example, like I said, I've overspent in going out to eat the past 3 months, and that's a red flag, and that means I need to move forward into April, May, and long ahead to really think about how I'm spending money on going out to eat and how it's affecting my budget, and think about what I can do to remedy this situation. Now, I already know I had some unexpected events this month, but I could have planned for them better. It was my brother's birthday, I had a networking event, and I met up with some old friends. All things that are not very consistent, but I knew they were coming, so I could have done better about planning. And that can help you moving forward into April. Think about what those events that may be coming up that don't really occur consistently, but you can put a little money aside to ensure you're not over budget and prepare for them ahead of time. So also when you're comparing your results, you want to ask yourself, do you consistently have unexpected expenses that come up month over month? And obviously if they're unexpected, they're probably not recurring, but if they keep happening on a consistent basis, you may want to add a miscellaneous category to your budget and allocate $50 a month or something like that to it. And if you don't use that 50, just keep it aside for the next unexpected expense that comes up, because it definitely will. And you don't want that to throw off your budget consistently. Did you make any progress towards your goals? So obviously that's what you're going to ask yourself when you're doing your month-end pulse check, but also when you're comparing your results month over month. What progress have you made these past 3 months to help you get closer to your goal? And if you haven't made progress, does your goal need adjusting, or do you just need to do things drastically differently so that you can, make up the lost progress? And then what things can you do for a successful Q2? Maybe you can get a second job to bring in more money, or try a no spend month. I will say that we have a Get Ahead challenge starting very soon. I'm so excited about. And that can help give you some motivation to really move forward and kill Q2, because that's what it's all about. So now that I've gone through all of that, let's talk about my Q1 progress, my March month-end money pulse check results, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this challenge. So, like I said, I had a very successful quarter one as far as goals go, business and personal. So, for business, one of my goals was to create this new challenge and launch it right at the end of quarter one. And I am so excited to say that I've done that. The Get Ahead Challenge will be starting April 14th, and it'll be open for sign up very soon. In fact, I'll leave the link to sign up in the comment section of this live feed so you can sign up. But basically, it's going to be 5 days worth of really good content to help you master what it takes to change your situation for the better, your financial situation. So I'm super excited. That was a goal of mine. I set out my Asana daily and monthly, weekly tasks so that I can complete everything I needed to complete, and I did. Another goal of mine was to go live once a week for the entire first quarter. This is my 11th video, so I'm one short, but I'm really proud because before this year, I had never gone live. So that's a win for me. As far as a personal goal, one of my goals is to save $2,500 extra this year for a second home in Palm Springs, California. So if you do the math, $2,500 divided by 12 is about $210 a month. So far I've saved $500. So I'm a little short. Technically I would need $630 to be on track. But since I'm saving this money in Betterment, which is also an investment savings, I'm hoping that I'll be able to make up with investment returns. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes. So that was just a quick overview of some of my Q1 wins. Oh, one more. As far as business income goes, I almost doubled what my projected income was. So that was really exciting. It's always nice when you not necessarily under project, but when you exceed your goals almost doubled. So that's very exciting. Now let's get into my March month-end pulse check results. Like I said, I overspent drastically in going out to eat, and this is month number 3 where I've done that, so I really need to get it together and figure out what's causing me to go out to eat more than I should be, because I have money allocated towards it. I'm just overdoing it, and that's not acceptable. Another area I've also overspent in, which is new for me, is the fun category. But I will say I have a 30th birthday trip coming up in September, and so I booked the tickets and the hotel, so obviously that took a huge hit on my fun budget, and I exceeded it dramatically, but for a good cause. Let's see. I will say that I saved $400 more than I planned to this month, which is very nice, and overall I spent more than I made this month. But I had a win not too long ago. I found out that I would be getting a tax refund of over $2,000, which is super exciting and almost, well, not almost, it really makes up for all the spending I did this month and puts me in the positive. So that was a nice unexpected win that I wasn't really planning for, but totally blew me away, thankfully. And I can move into quarter 2 prosperous and staying on track. So that was a quick recap of the goal setting strategy I've been using, how to do your month-end money pulse check, and then comparing your month-end pulse checks month over month. I gave you an overview of how my quarter went, and then of course my March month-end money pulse check results. So that was a lot to cover. If you guys are watching this replay, feel free to leave some questions or let me know how your progress was this first quarter or how March was for you spending wise. And then also I will be linking the Get Ahead Challenge in the comment section, so definitely sign up. It's going to be so exciting, so much information, and super motivating for you to really get ahead financially. So with that being said, I will leave you guys to your Saturday. Have a great last day of the quarter, and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.